Hi guys, welcome to another video on Moments with Beth YouTube channel where we talk about faith, we talk about balance, and we talk about womanhood. The third thing that is a challenge to Christian ladies who are in their 20s is finding a Christ-centered partner. This is something that is very, very important because the place you are going, the purpose you want to fulfill, the major stepping stone that will determine whether you are going to fulfill this purpose, you are going to get to that place you've envisioned as a young lady, is the person you marry. If you marry wrongly, I'm sorry to say it will be very hard. Even if you achieve that purpose, even if you go to that point, it will be very hard. And for some, you may not even get there because you already married wrongly. So, how do you find the right partner, the right person, the Christ centered partner that will help you to fulfill this purpose? The first thing I'll be mentioning is find that principle, write those things down, write the things you know can never be compromised. Like you must not compromise on these things. The first thing that should be on that list is, are you born again? I mean yourself. Are you yourself born again? Because if you address these things, God will be able to help you to avoid people, guys that are not Christ centered, except you as a person determined to go against what God has been saying, because God will always talk to his people. So, are you yourself born again? That's the first thing. Two, do you hear God? Do you hear God? Have you been able to decode how you hear God? Because you cannot be hearing God through dreams and you expect God to speak to you concerning your marital destiny, concerning your marital partner through my daughter, my daughter. No, it is still the same way that God has been speaking to you concerning your purpose. God has been speaking to you concerning your finance, concerning your receiving directions. That's how God will speak to you concerning receiving directions concerning your marital partner. No, decode that means that God speaks to you. Another thing that I will ask you that should be on your list of the things of your checklist is, do you have somebody you are accountable to? It may be mentor. You can call it mentor. You can call it your pastor. You can call it your friend. For some, it can be their friend. Do you have that person you are accountable to? Some people can have the theory all around. They have a mentor. They have a parent that is taking care of them, like they can speak to. Have a friend that they talk about things like that, that their friend can call them. Okpeyemi, this step you're about to take is wrong or is right. So if you have those three things, then the fourth thing is, are you godlike? You want to marry, you want to marry a godlike person, somebody who has good character. Do you yourself have godly character? With all these things I mentioned, God will be able to help you to give you a good person who is born again, a good person who hears God, a good person who has good character, a good person who is accountable to somebody. So, with that, even if the person you are going out with does not fit into this, God will tell you either through the way you hear Him or through the people you are accountable to, or one of His character will just piss you off. You'll be like, no, I cannot go into a relationship with this person. I cannot decide to marry this person. That will be able to overcome the challenge of finding a Christ-centered partner. The first challenge I will be mentioning is being able to define boundaries in your relationship. And I mean marital relationship now. You want to fulfill God's purpose, you want to have a godly relationship, then how do I have a boundary? How do I define a boundary? How are we going to maintain the boundary of being in a godly relationship? Hmm. This is dicey in the sense that what works for me may not work for you. That is one thing self-discovery will help you to know. Self-discovery is not only about purpose, it means knowing yourself. Self-discovery. Discover you yourself as a person. Discover your love language. Discover your how you are turned on. We are humans, we have flesh, we have blood running in our flesh. So don't let us sideline that turning on part. Know what turns you on as a lady. This is a lady video. Know what turns you on. With that, you'll be able to know that, oh, if you are in a relationship, you are not going to allow him to be doing these kind of things to you. There was a question that came up this week that somebody asked that, oh, she's in a godly relationship, although they are far apart. One is in Benin, I think the lady is in Edo State. I can't remember, but the guy has been asking her to visit, come over, come over, come over, and obviously she's going to sleep in that state, that Benin. But she wants to maintain. They have been maintaining a godly relationship since they are actually far apart. But now that they will be coming closer, they still want to be able to maintain that godly relationship. The answer they gave them is one: if you know you are going to come over, know that you are not. You will meet in a neutral environment. Not that you'll be going to his place to sleep over. You are going to go to his place, even if you're not going to sleep over and be so far nobody is there, anything can happen during the day. Make sure that you meet in a neutral place, and also make sure you avoid physical touches. So okay, you can say your love language is physical touch, but my dear sister, until you get married, please avoid physical touch. Until Wait till you get married, because before you can be doing physical touch. Yes. So know what turns you on. For some, holding hands alone, things are already going through their mind. Yes. Holding hands. If I say, oh, you holding hands does not matter. You holding hands does not matter. But do you know there are some people that holding their partner's hand alone, they are far. They are already far. That is where knowing yourself comes in. So for you know that, oh, okay, if I should hold my partner hand, I don't know where this will lead us to. So please, let's avoid physical touch totally. And that's what I will be saying. Avoid physical touch totally. So this will actually help you to maintain that boundary in your relationship. Another challenge we face as Christian lady is the challenge of feeling isolated. This is relative to the second point about faith and modernity. You want to stay in vogue, stay in vogue, stay in vogue, stay in vogue, whereas you want to still be able to maintain a godly stay in vogue. I don't know if that is correct, but that is it. You want to you don't want to be left alone, you don't want to be isolated, and still you want to stay in vogue. You should know yourself, know where you are going, and know your God, know your consecration. Know yourself, know where you are going, know your consecration. The last challenge that we face as a Christian lady is the feeling of perfection, the pressure of perfection. Yes, you want to please everybody, you want to show that you are perfect, you are this, you are perfect, You can do this, you can do that, you can do this, you can do that perfectly. One thing is nobody is perfect. That your friend is not telling you what she's facing does not mean she is perfect. You can look at her, oh, she has a perfect life, she has a perfect this, she does not engage in this, she does not engage in that, she maintains her godly standard in anything you want to do, in every thought you want to think in your head. No, ask yourself, is this thought pleasing to God? You want to wear a certain clothes, a certain type of clothes, so that you can stay in vogue, so that you can walk with, you can be modern. Does this please God? Does this please where I'm going? Am I comfortable in this clothing? If all those questions are answered, we have to be able to know, okay, let me wear it or don't let me wear it. Don't think everybody is perfect. You are not alone in this matter. All of us are facing one challenge or the other. Are there any other challenges that I did not mention? Please drop them down in the comment section and I will be waiting to see and also to read from you. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.